Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You can't block my ads. I see you trying. You can look away. You can do whatever you want, but you can't block these. I feel like some sort of evil ad genius. But, yeah. We are going into our second map. It is going to be Dust 2. We got a cheeky little knife round to decide the sides, but we may as well flip a coin because it's Dust 2. Like, it really doesn't matter that much. It's more down to personal preference. Turn away. Okay. Well, I suppose that does work. But you know, that's the thing. You know there's still ads. In your mind, you're still imagining ads. I have broken you as a... No, okay, let's move away from this before it gets too dark. We have seen Nuke. It was a pretty quiet affair for Windigo. It has to be said, as a fairly dominating T side came out from Sprout. And, well, now they go on to their map choice. Now, a team that doesn't really play Nuke, not performing that well on Nuke, it's very difficult to judge a series off that. I think Sprout, in the veto process, definitely managed to get themselves a map that, well, they should have won, and they did. So, now going on to Dust 2, this is where things get a little bit more interesting, because we haven't actually seen that much from Sprout. Now, realistically, they got a strong AWPer, some decent entry fraggers. This should be a good map for them, but I'm still waiting to see what they have to offer. Versus Ents, they didn't really put that much of a fight up, so I'm hoping we get to see something a little bit different. Already Punisher taking those early duels, and he will find himself an opener. The trade not yet there, and he has no support, but he's still fighting. Punisher feeling very confident in this match already, going very, very aggressive. And, well, they'd have a... I'm interested what the utility is going to be used for. It seemed like they had a plan. The plan has gone wrong. They decided to fall back over towards this B site. Still, obviously, a defender ready and waiting. There will be ships. The T side still playing things very slow. Didn't NATO do well? I feel like Dennis was definitely the man to highlight in the previous map. He definitely did start things off well on his CT side with that AWP. And, yeah, it's always difficult for an AWPer on the T side of Nuke. Like, they dominated the T side, so it's not really where I expected NATO to perform. This map, however, on the T side, he will be needed much, much more. Now, they baited them into a rotation away from this A site. So, actually, considering this is a 5 versus 2, getting a bomb down here is pretty damn good for Sprout. That's something they can fight behind. Look to at least try and bring this one back. It's very, very unlikely. And, well, with the death of Dennis, we should be able to just put this one to bed unless Spiddy can do something utterly incredible. He does manage to get himself one, but the flank from ships will be enough. Windigo with a fairly dominant pistol round. But the fact is, considering the way things went, to get a bomb plant there from Sprout really isn't too bad. A few different players offered the defusal. Ships looked like he was almost getting ready to just team kill him and just take the defuse. But it will be handed to Blocker. Is NATO German? No, he is Danish. It is Spiddy and Dennis who are German. The rest are Danes. And the other side is a full team of Bulgarians. Yeah, I agree. Dennis was definitely the shining star of the last map. He played incredibly well. To have 21 frags on the T side of Nuke is not easy. Not easy at all. So, an impressive performance. We'll see if he can do the same on this map. Obviously a map that I feel Windigo are going to feel much more confident on. actually do manage to overwhelm ships. That is a rifle to the floor. Now, it's all rifles for the CT side, so any damage that can be done here forces a rebuy. Going into what is a buy round for Sprout, of course. That bomb plant, fairly valuable. Punisher currently on 1 HP, so he's just cowering in the corner. He doesn't want to come across any opponents at this point. But Dennis isn't much better off. 5 HP with no armor. Basically 1 HP. Might as well say 1. Does have the deagle. He only needs a bullet to the face, and that will be a kill. Victor going to be ready and waiting for him. No, and no. There you go. That's a second kill already. As said, he can create some cost here. Obviously, unless he kills all 3 remaining players, he will still want to die. And there you go. Drops a second. It is going to be more money spent into this round for Windigo. And now the T's actually have a buy. So this is the thing. Like, that extra kill, in most rounds, 1 extra kill is not going to be too bad. How do they have so much talent? Well, I think in Denmark, esports is a properly recognized thing. Like, that's the big thing that not many other countries actually have. That in Denmark, they really do recognize esports as, like, well, I don't know the right word to put it, but, like, as something you can work towards, as something you can, like, actually do. Whereas in other countries, it's much more, like, frowned upon. Now, I think they did already have the basis of a talented few rosters anyway, and that has helped them, but they're going to be, well, way in front of anybody else because they have, like, governmental support. A career. Yeah, that's probably a better way of putting it than what I was. Either way. Split in towards this B side. Dennis will be able to find an opener. Again, doing work. Ships is in the corner, though. They haven't quite spotted him, and they need to clear him out of this site. There's still a battle going in onto middle as well, but, well, that both will be won by the T side and leave it all onto Victor. So I was going to say that, but I wasn't actually sure. Like, I thought that it was Denmark that had the sort of esports school, like, you can study it, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't say it. Because I know they'd be like, oh, actually, that's not Denmark. So somebody else has said it for me, but yeah. It really is, like, very well recognized in Denmark, and I love it. I absolutely love that is a thing, that the government is so behind it, like, the whole country is, like, willing to invest time into esports, and the fact is, if you can be successful in this industry now, it is a very, very good career. And one that people will love. That's another thing that a lot of people, not other places, don't seem to understand, is that not only can you make a decent amount of money off it, but, like, working in video games is the best thing in the world. If that's what you love. Obviously, if you don't, then it wouldn't be, but winner of the second map, actually fairly heavily favored in Windigo's side. I'm surprised by that. I am surprised by that. We haven't seen much from Sprout on this map, so that's fair enough, but I'm surprised that it's that heavy in the favor. Either way, Punisher is going to kick things off with the opener. They still have some weaponry here on the Windigo side, so it's not like this is the end of the world. Block up. He's going to be doing further damage. Already with the loss of Cyclone. They need someone to try and turn this back. Another shot will be hit, but ultimately, for now, the T's haven't been able to do too much just yet. I'm going to be looking to split towards his B side again, but actually the CTs have sent a couple of players there. The push from Bubble will be caught, and Trades coming in once again. Push already looking to come in from behind. They need this kill, and actually Blocker isn't going to be able to do anything. Dennis is again just going ham with low HP. But there's a decent chance here for Windigo. Not much HP between these remaining players. 87, and that's just dwindled even further. NATO actually does manage to hit the shot with the scout, though, and that nets him an AK-47. Punisher looking to try and rotate back in. Doesn't have a kit. I think he's a little bit wary of the push from behind, and that may be enough to just for him to duck out of the round. I think he's burnt away way too much of the clock. May just look to actually try and hold these remaining players in. NATO's already going to be there to cross, but Dennis is dead. Dennis is definitely dead. So at least brings it down to only one player surviving. I'd say when you look at like the lower levels of CIS Counter-Strike, there's still a lot of very talented aimers. I think the biggest problem with the CIS is just in-game leaders. Like, there's not many of them. It means that a lot of the teams lower down either just like perform really, really well one day, and then the next day it's like, what has happened? Like, they find hard like finding a balance between strategy. Either way, only pistols in this round other than the AK saved. And a push in towards the B site will give Sprout a bomb plant, but look at the HP once again. A few low players, and, well, not much to lose for the CT side. So by the looks of it, they're going to try and fight this one. Still a couple of pistols. A MAC-10, which normally would be pretty awful in this scenario, but with two players without much HP, is Bubble really saving a MAC-10? Okay, he's going he's going for X's. I was just looking at that like, really? But no, he wants to try and take some of these weapons away. The fact is, with the low HP, they may have actually had a chance to win themselves a round. King with 100 ping. Well, yeah, it does depend. Like, I know in Ukraine, I can speak from experience and say that the internet here is, well, at least in Kiev, is really good. Like, my girlfriend said, oh, I upgraded the internet. It costs like, I think it was something like $10 a month. I was like, oh, okay, what's this going to be? And she went, I don't know if it's good. And I looked at it, it was 800 down, 800 up. I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. You know, that's kind of good. But obviously, I think it's like, when you say girlfriend, you mean your hand. Obviously, yes, my hand upgraded my internet for me. But, yeah, so internet here is pretty good, but for, I think it's Kazakhstan, there's always been like some problems. I don't know how well that's improved. Either way, buy-in for both teams. Nice start. NATO will be there to get the first pick. Dennis already managing to push all the way onto the site. No, CT side once again left in trouble. Will be a trade back, but by the looks of things, the CTs once again are just left into more of a save situation. However, a quick kill onto Percy may give them a little bit of hope here, but they're still saving. Yeah, they've just ducked out of the round. Yeah, my girlfriend is from Ukraine. Or my hand was, haha. My hand was born in a different country. It's also currently not in the same room as me. Yeah, this is what I mean though. It's like, when I was in the UK, I think for like, it was like 60 quid or something, it would be like 200 down, 20 up. And then here for like so much less, it's 800 down, 800 up. I'm just like, that doesn't even make sense. Favorite type of bagel? The ones with the hole in the middle. I don't know the different types of bagels. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. In other countries, it's just insane. Well, 4-2. CT side have taken a pause. Now, with the amount they've been saving over the last few rounds, prove to us that you are not a robot. Well, I suppose technically, like, Google can respond to questions, so that doesn't prove anything. I don't know. Call it an Xbox 360 because you do a 360 and walk away. Speak for yourself. I loved my 360. Everyone in Twitch chat is a robot except you. Ah, okay. That's interesting. Prove you're not using a voice changer. That's also something I cannot do. I don't know, is there a British voice changer? I suppose there's one for like, probably for Mr. T, so I imagine they have this. If you do a 360, yeah, that's true actually. You'd be facing the same direction. Look, I'm not very clever, alright? Tea or coffee, I don't like either, so I'm not very British. What rank are you? At the moment, LEM. I didn't play for ages. Was Supreme. Played one game. Gave me LEM. I was like, cool. Probably didn't deserve that. When you get Zeused by multiple Zeuses, do you get seized? What? Do you have a good day? Yeah, I'm doing alright. How about you? Victor, aggressive push through. Does manage to find himself the early kill. But again, it's Dennis. Dennis has been a nightmare for them. And, well, Bubble puts him down. He's got that AWP. I said in the last map, he is a bit more of a situational AWP. Doesn't like it all of the time. But he has found himself a couple of kills here. Percy. Looking to try and find a way back into the ground for his team, but instead he is punished by the Punisher. And left all onto NATO, who is blocked by Blocker. Hey, we can do 2 in a row. 4-3. T-side will still have enough money to buy into this one. Even with an AWP, the problem will be Spiddy. He does not have much cash. A CZ will land in his hands. Well, Windigo with a chance to break back fairly early. NATO looking to try and hit the early shot. 3 players actually going over towards the B site. Percy will already find an opener at Cyclone with a second, and well, just at the CT's already saving. But they're already saving. Like, they're just out of this round. I like the fact that Windigo are playing things safe and making sure they have buy-ins to every single round, but I would like to see them at least like try and maybe find a kill on someone crossing, give themselves like a way back into this, because this just seems like such an early place to just be out. Just be like, nah, that's it, we're done. Do you think a solid in-game leader can solve Windigo's problems? Well, I'll be honest. I don't know who's in-game leading in this team anyway. That is, like, I don't know how much that would change, because that's the other thing. In like, Bulgarian teams, at least from what I know, there's a lot of big personalities. So there's one thing, like, bringing in an in-game leader. There's another thing, them listening to him. Because that's always the thing. That a lot of people always say, oh, yeah, they need a proper IGL. Well, a lot of the time, if you do have bigger personalities, they're just not going to care. They're not going to like the style. Like, the prime example right now is Imperial. Like, they brought in an IGL. That was the main role of Crystal. But if the players don't like his style, don't like playing the way he plays, it's completely pointless. Like, there is no point in bringing in an in-game leader if the players just aren't going to be interested in it. The fact is, Esperanto style of play is very aggressive, and most in-game leaders wouldn't fit that in. So he didn't like playing that way. That's just how it works. So it's difficult to say whether an in-game leader would ever actually improve a team. I think in-game leader for Windigo is either Ships or Punisher. I have absolutely no idea. I couldn't say. No personality is bigger than Spy Leader. Well, yeah, but that doesn't necessarily, like, he may have the biggest personality, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the others will just be like, ah, that means I will now listen to him. They'll just be like, wow, he's annoying. Like, it doesn't, having a big personality as an in-game leader doesn't mean people listen to you. Yeah, they are saving a lot. I don't mind teams that save as long as they are able to then do something with the weaponry that they have. And they managed to get themselves back in. To be fair, retaking in a 5 versus 3 is not easy. It's just more surprising to me that they didn't, like, at least push a little bit to try and steal a kill away. Because if you find a kill quickly, then the round is not necessarily done. Whereas they were just like, right, that's it. It's over. We'll save. And I can respect, like, wanting to have your 4 buys. No problem with that. It just seems a little bit early in the round. But, hey, 5-3. They've still got a good chance. I feel like Windigo on the T side as well. Very aggressive players. Very strong individual players. So, the title is outdated. Oh, you are correct, actually. I could change that. If we get another tactical pause, I'll do that. Nice spray down from Punish. Spitty will be able to trade one back, but it's left all on to the Sapphics. 1 versus 4. And Victor is going to put him down. You know his girlfriend. What, NATO's girlfriend? She's very nice. She is very nice. You're his boyfriend. Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you, outgoing Jake. Lviv is a beautiful city. Kiev is the, like, more central. There's a lot of stuff to do. Odessa, like, if it's sunny, will be perfect. Ships. Starts things off. We'll be finding the open. It looked like Cyclone had the right idea there, but it isn't going to be happening. And I'm liking the double AWP setup brought in by Windigo. Both ships and bubble looking to try and do the damage. You're my boyfriend. I didn't know about that, but it's news to me. Yeah, I like the fact that Windigo don't just force buy like these sort of old Bulgarian teams, because that used to tilt me a lot. So the fact I would much rather have them save and build up for these buys than the way the old Bulgarian teams were, where it's like, buy every round. Victor. Well placed. There's only going to be a trade, but the fact is they already have a big advantage into this round, so they are in a strong position here. Bubble. Oh, he's ready and waiting, but NATO pre-fires the angle and manages to get himself the kill. There's even an AWP ready on the floor for him, but he's going to stick with the rifle, at least for now. Bomb going to be somewhat juggled over. At least the smoke will cover it, although Percy does have to go and get that before. And there's the AWP retrieved. Now Punisher's just going to be waiting for his teammates. Looking to try and jump up. In fact, Blocker's going to be taken down the other side. Lots of damage being done. The bomb is planted in a position where NATO can somewhat see it, although I was going to say if they have a smoke, it would be perfect, but they don't. Both players now holding the angle, and yeah, perfectly played by Windigo. We'll be back 5-5. Do you know what the odds were for this map? I'm sure somebody will bring them up at some point. How do I survive? Here, because I have a Ukrainian girlfriend who is basically my personal translator and can make sure I don't die. If I wanted to start casting, where should I start? Any sort of, like, open Go TV games, I would say give them a go. Or the way I started was actually just casting the MM games and just sending them a couple of places, just saying, hey, is this any good? Shout out to Jared. There you go. Either way, 5-5. T-side, probably just going to want to save this one. Is there pay for this? What? Casting? How much am I paid? That's a bit of a personal question. Can you cast the game and stop asking questions? See, if that was a statement, then that would make sense. But you asked me a question, so I'm not going to be rude. So I'll answer your question. Not much invested into this round for Sprout, as said. And, well, it looks like the CTs are using this as a little bit of a confidence booster. They're going to be pushing right up the top of the middle. And Dennis always seems to get one. He's there with the Deagle. I do get paid. No, I didn't. I wasn't saying that to you. I was saying it to the person who said how much. Cast the game, don't read comments. No. Yeah, I do get paid, but it is also fun. How do you not remember the copy paste from yesterday? I do remember. I do actually, yeah, I heavily invested into the Scout Moisturizer. Windigo have taken themselves the lead. They're sticking with this double AWP setup, but the T side now have a buy of their own. AWP onto NATO, and this time they have actually managed to take some long control, which has been a struggle for them so far. NATO also going to be picking off the first man. But he will actually burn. Burn, baby, burn. Quick trade as Dennis gets himself a pick, but a few low players now for the T side, as he will actually pick up that AWP. Percy, well positioned, but he's too low on HP to actually finish off the kill. Back into a 2 versus 2. Spitty going to be making his way up on towards the site. Dennis has to be careful because those flames could finish him off, and he is going to watch ready for blocker, but peeking into the angle will hand the kill away. 50 seconds left. He's trying to find a kill here. Doesn't know that Ships is actually ready and waiting in the corner, and well, the rotation is going to be coming in from blocker through long. Seems like he has an idea. Spitty now going to find out some information, but he's got to be careful because there's man coming in on the flank, and that will be blocker to close down the round. Windigo 7 and 5, and the T's once again don't have the money to actually purchase into this one. Been a bit of a slower start for Sprout, and the CTs have definitely looked like they're going to build into this one. Punisher 13 and 3 at the moment. Ships 10 and 4. Is casting the only job I have? Yes, it is. Dennis again. Just with the Steagle, he just seems to be ruining players at the moment. And Percy's going to join. A couple of kills now coming in for Sprout. Some weaponry even picked up. And, well, there's only going to be one man defending this B site. And there's a lot of players coming his way. Bubble going to try and help him. But Percy has just woken up into the server. He's been quiet so far. And that's a round gone. And this time, I do not blame Windigo for saving whatsoever. They have no choice. No way they're winning a 5v2 or a retake on the B site. It's just not happening. If you had another job, would you be a fisherman so you'd never stop casting? Jesus. Well, to be fair, it'd be a bit like Twitch chat in a way, because there'd be an awful lot of bait. Ba-dum. There you go. I took your joke and I upped it. Hope you enjoyed. CT side, though, they're managing to finish off a lot of these players. The weapons wanted to be removed by the T side. Instead, a lot of their own weaponry removed. Now, they were saving money anyway, so it isn't too much of a problem. Update the stream tab, but you're already here. You already know who's playing. You could do a comedy show. It would be awful. Make gun sounds with your mouth. That's only if the sound breaks. Like, could you live off the car seller in the UK? Yeah, probably. I'd rather live off it in Ukraine. Things are not as expensive. I've actually casted with Sponge before. Casted with him on the last week of Pro League. He was telling me a lot of animal facts, which was interesting. We ended up talking about otters. Was it otters? No, it was beavers. Beavers. Either way. Punisher going to be waiting around the smoke. He's got ships firing off shots, and the push comes through. He's left completely blind, and Spitty's going to spot him. His Spitty senses were tingling, and while blocker in the corner looking to try and shut things down, he manages to find a first, but that's all he gets. And the bomb is going to be planted. A rotation is in from Bubble. He's trying to make a fight here. Got so much left to do, though. Very difficult to retake, but Bubble started off well. Catches NATO with a nade in hand. Push already going to be coming back in. He hasn't spotted Cyclone yet, just below. And he's going to actually transition. Well, never mind. Percy will take it instead. Oh, is he going to get... Oh, yep, he got it. 7-7. Sprout bouncing back. On the CT side, are going to obviously invest into this round. No surprises there. Sprout taking the tactical pause. I have not played the new map. Did you bet? No. I don't bet. I didn't really bet before. Like every once in a while, I would go on like CS:GO Lounge and put like a couple of stupid skins on it. But I don't know. I never really got into it. I just actually just enjoyed watching Counter-Strike. I didn't. Oh, there we go. Through the gap. NATO Safix will kick things off. Blocker is going to play no further part in this half. However, Ray's coming back. Dennis still with a double to keep the man advantage going. Rotation looking to come in from the remaining CT players. They can't save this time. There is nothing to save. They are going to be trying to fight this back. Ships. Oh, they're actually going to boost things up. This could deny the bomb plant, but already being sprayed at by Percy. And that gives away the position of both players. That's the big problem. They should know that both of them are here. Percy catches one, also catches a flash, but then the second as well. And it seems like a couple of rounds from Percy bringing things back on the scoreboard has helped them out quite a bit. Black Sheep, that is just awful. Route for Sprout, a team branching out into esports scene and leafing their competition 6 feet down in the dirt. Woo! Just awful puns, but I appreciate it. Do you have a favorite player of all time? Probably Shocks. He was always the one that I found most entertaining and just so individually talented. I'm hoping the new G2 works, but yeah, he's probably my favorite player of all time. Already, CT side, a little bit of aggression coming out. NATO combining with Dennis. T's just all waiting over towards long. We are going to have that push coming in now. Now, ready and waiting will be Cyclone. This is going to be like a firing range because the USP gives him a massive advantage, the one-shot headshot capability. Although I say that, so far, hasn't managed to hit absolutely anybody, and they're getting much, much closer where the Glock now becomes a little bit more favored, and Bubble is going to take his head clean off. The gap in the smoke gives a chance, but the fact is Spiddy gets absolutely nothing done. By the looks of it, this second pistol is going the other way. Spiddy hoping to try and steal something out of Shorty's book, but the book is closed. And it is going to be Windigo evening the scoreline and, more importantly, winning themselves that pistol round. However, I expect to see a fairly hefty force in from the CT side. Probably some saved money for NATO, and actually, wow, they're playing this very safe. On dust2, I don't expect that so much. But yeah, they really are. They're not going to invest that much money into this. Just go with P250s. Oh, I like this. This is great. They're just all jumping across. Bubble's just going to be sat there going, really? Really? You're going to avoid me that bad just by jumping over the top? They're going to go running back. This has got to be so confusing. Well, like, I didn't see them cross. How is there that many players running back? Did I blink and just miss? Yeah, Percy has forced. He's the only one. Everybody else sticking with the P250s. What's the count, Bubble? Yes. Yeah, you can see the top of the head. Most people aren't looking for that. already, though. The AKs are going to start to clean things up. They're trying to boost Percy into a position instead. They're just going to spray out this little step ladder, and it will be a clean round coming out from Windigo. Exactly what they desired. The chance... Oh. Oh, okay. We can... breathe, guys, breathe. It's all good. It's all good. No panic. No panic. Nine to 8. There is a Russian stream. I know there's a Russian stream because this is the clean feed from the Russian stream. If I don't update the little overlay quick enough, you get to look at the Russian casters for a second. So I'm pretty sure there is one. Either way, singular flashbang and USPs is all that's in the hands of the CT side. They've left Percy alone. Train is the last map, yes. If Windigo can take dust2, we will be heading in onto train. Blocker ships all picking up a killer piece. A little bit of damage done and a chance. Find something. Ship's actually looking to try and find a little gap in the smoke, but the fact is, it is going to be the bomb planted and another very clean round for Windigo. Even if they lose a player here, it really wouldn't be any problem. Nice shot from Percy. Will be an extra $300 into his account. Can you do anything else? I'd be impressed. And no, Bubble's going to rip his head off with the scout. Either way, though, this is why they saved all the money. Dennis actually going to be picking up a secondary orb. Interested in that. Because that's always the thing with this team. I've always wondered who the secondary AWPer is. Like, the primary is obvious, but other than that, they don't really have that much secondary AWP potential. So much money in the hands of the T's already, though, so it's going to take a couple of rounds for them to be broken by the CT side. Straight in through long once again. Cyclone going to be throwing in the little bit of utility they have. That's where the limits really lie for the CT side at the moment. NATO going to be set up now with the AWP. Still, they just sit in towards long, and that's the thing so far. They have been gifted long control. NATO is going to be there, set up with the AWP. Minute left on the clock. The T's still taking their time. Bush going to be coming in, and NATO's not going to be able to connect the first shot, but the crossfire from the CT side is flawless. They take down 4 players. Only 1 remaining. It's going to be ships. CT side looking to try and keep it flawless themselves, and, well, that was wonderful. Just spraying down the players through the flames. No smoke. Bit weird. Looked like they wanted to try and take the battles into middle, but... Oh, and look at Spiddy's position. Very well placed. Flawless round from the CT side. Now we will see all that extra money being spent up. But even still, they actually do have a lot of cash. A bomb plant would even be enough into the next round. Now, the CTs have managed to make a bit themselves, but considering there were limitations in utility in the last round, they have to spend a lot of it just to make sure they have the nades available to them. The fact is, though, that's a great way to start their CT half. Windigo going to be taking themselves a pause, and, well, why not? Let's use this time to actually change the stream title, just to keep the few people happy who at this point don't realize what game they're watching. If you are just joining now, you're a little bit late, but it's definitely not over yet. We could still go to a third map. There you go. There you go. Just in case you didn't know what match you're watching. Should have now updated already, though. Bubble is going to find that opening kill. I actually don't know if it did update. It was meant to, but, wow, we'll see. NATO looking to try and find a kill back, and that's exactly what he does. But look at the push this time. They're just gathering up together and looking to try and trade things back. Nice shot from Spitty. We'll be able to pick off one. Looking for a little bit more, but doesn't want to overface. Bomb is going to be planted, so the T's at least now guaranteeing a buy into the next round, and more importantly, getting themselves into decent after-plant positions. Looking to try and fight from short, but the majority are coming in towards long. Flashbang going to be going over. Bubble left blind, but he will be able to take one down. Another for Blocker as well, as the T's just hold on. They find every single kill into their favor. And Sprout, what looked like a strong start for them at least, has failed. Now, well, that flawless round doesn't seem to matter so much as they instantly get reset. They will be able to buy into the next round anyway. But the fact is, Windigo are looking strong on this T side. A third map, if they manage to take this one, will be Train. Well, this time the T's just going to go running straight across. Percy doing a decent amount of damage with the Deagle. That's ambitious. Don't expect anything to come of a jumping Deagle shot. If he does, be impressed. T-side pretty much having the round put to bed, but how much damage can be done by the side of Sprout? Looking like they're just trying to hold for some exit frags here. Long control already firmly in the favor of this T side, and Ship's just cleaning up a couple of players on his way out. Will actually go down. Not really anything either for the remaining players to retrieve, and Dennis, they always seem to get one, but not this time. Punisher match winner. Still heavily in favor of Sprout, but the fact is this map at least looks like it's going to go in the favor of Windigo unless something comes up trump for Sprout pretty soon. They've got to buy back in at least. AWP and onto NATO. Already Percy is going to be able to find that opening kill. Has support from Dennis on the cross, but Ship's still finding the frag. However, Percy going strong. Looking to try and defend it alone, doing just that. 3 kills. The question is, will it be enough as the remaining players are somewhat isolated? They will quickly take down Blocker, but another bomb plant again secures any future buy from Windigo. And gives Bubble that chance to try and fight things back. The Incendiary will hold the CTs, but the fact is they do have a kit. However, them all coming in from this CT spot should make things nigh on impossible. However, the first goes the way of Bubble, lines them up! 3 kills out of absolutely nowhere. That's why you don't push one angle. A double headshot in there, I'm sure. And, well, Windigo, they take themselves a 13th. Sprout have hit rock bottom. Their money is out of there as well. They're just going to have to take the hit again in this round. And although it's very, very close and it should have been their round, Windigo will get their 13th. Once again. Pistols. All that they're in for Sprout, and realistically, this could be the beginning of the end of this map, at least. Obviously, the first one going the way of Sprout in dominant fashion, but dust2 hasn't really been their playground. It seems like, as a map in general, it should sort of suit their play. But, well, Windigo clearly felt confident choosing this map, and you can see why. Percy still managing to get 1 kill on his way out the door, but it will be 14-9. I don't think anybody doubted that. Imagine an apocalypse, the only thing you can use is the object to your left. Well, the object to my left is currently my portable phone charger, so I think I'm probably dead. I'll be real with you. Or a soundboard. Neither very useful. Pillar. NATO does manage to find himself an opener, but it's very quickly traded out onto Spiddy. Once again, it's very basic strats coming in from Windigo, but the fact is they work. Ships already gives the man advantage over onto the T side with the bomb planted. The CTs may even just have to take the hit and save. Yeah, they are just going to fall out of this round. It is going to be a 15th for Windigo, who have looked pretty damn solid on this T side. Bear in mind, it was an 8-7 half on the T side for Sprout. They have managed one round on the CT side. Only one. I like this little boost. It's cool. It's cool. NATO getting his third kill this round and at least doing some damage. But the fact is, it is going to be 15-9. Is this the first match? No, this is the second best of 3. The first was won by Fragsters. Don't attack me, or I use my cell phone charger. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the greatest weapon of all time. Cross not going to be hit this time, so the CT side will at least get to keep their HP, but it's looking like a faster B split from the T side once again, and Sprout just haven't been able to deal with these quick plays. The brute force of Windigo has been enough to take them through this match. Nice spray from Percy, though. He has the support of Dennis as well. Bubble ready and waiting with the AWP, but tag low. Dennis is just going to go hunting. He takes the bullet for his teammate, and Sprout are going to get themselves into double digits at least. Fragsters what? Fragsters beat Windstrike earlier in the day to make it through to the round of 8. So currently the teams we have got in the round of 8, obviously there's the 4 invite teams, which we had already. So that was, of course, Optic, who I believe are now playing with a stand-in. I think that was announced just moments ago. We got Optic, Space Soldiers, Red Reserve, AGO. Then the teams that have got through already, Imperial beat Tempo Storm yesterday. Yesterday. And they are through to play Space Soldiers. Fragsters beat Windstrike earlier, so they are through to play AGO. And the winner of this will play Red Reserve. And then we have on the 1st, so tomorrow, Force versus Euronics. And the winner of that will get the lovely opportunity of playing Optic. So 15-10. Yeah, Space Soldiers got an invite to the second qualification stage. The stage we're currently in. Already, NATO not going to be able to connect the shot, and that will be the opener for Bubble. Aggression going to be coming in onto ships. If he gets one here, that's more than enough. And he will. Percy going to be rounding the corner and will find the trade, but the fact is the T's have kept their man advantage. Somebody still needs to be a hero here for Sprout. Molotov going to be falling as well, and it clears. That is brilliant from Punisher. Cyclone has just been completely outplayed. Percy, no, he's too quick for his own good. Won't be able to connect the shot, and he is now left alone on the B site as the split looks to come in once again. Percy has been good at holding B, but he can't do anything. Headshot through the box, and Spiddy's left to try and clutch this out. It looks like we're going to train, as it will be Spiddy left into a 1 versus 4. They even know where he is now, and, well, Maybe a bit of an overpeak from Victor, but the fact is it doesn't really matter. Spitty has so much left to do. Probably the hardest site in the game to retake. Trying to peek his way back in, but the fact is at this point they're not even facing it. Will be map number 2 going the way of Windigo, the Bulgarians, bringing things back to an even scoreline, and we will now be heading our way into train. If you have enjoyed, don't forget you can type !caster. That will take you to my Twitter. Either way, we will be back after the break to decide who goes through to the round of 8 and who will be out. See you then.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.